Hi everyone, it's Brittany, your makeup artist in MBA, and today we're doing Cruella! Cruella de Vil. This is from the live action Cruella that just got launched on Disney Plus, as well as you can rent it at Redbox. That's where I rented it from. So you guys, I'll break down a couple different looks from Cruella. This video is all about her feather face mask that she wears to go see the Baroness. And I'm going to break down how to make the mask in this video. There will be a separate video on how to do the wig styling. So I will post that link in the comment down below. I will also go through all the products in the video so that way you guys can shop those as well too. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notifications bell so you can get notified every time I come out with a new video. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and let's get started. All right, so let's get started on Cruella's look. So the look we're going to be doing the three-part series right now is her look where she goes to meet the Baroness at her, I guess you could say, white party, if you will. So I started the base makeup just so we could have this video be a little bit shorter. So the eye is a very classic eye if you look at it. So it's got white eyeshadow, which for that I used my Viseart Grande Pro palette. I used the white, this blue gray, and then these two colors. If you don't have the Grande Pro X palette, you could use the smaller gray tone Viseart palette, which is actually, it's a 6-color pan, and I'll put a link for that down below too. I can't exactly remember what that one's called, but that palette will be good enough to do that. So one thing with this look is if you look at the way Nadia did the makeup, she didn't actually bring the gray down because that would close off the eye, especially when you're gluing like a mask or anything. You want the eye to look as big as you can. So the gray actually kind of goes more straight across. And underneath it's a little gray too. There's not a ton of color. And I used the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer for my foundation. I wouldn't put a ton of concealing underneath here because you will have to glue the pieces of the mask on there. So you don't want a ton of makeup there. I just put on like a really light layer, and I mixed the Sensual Skin Enhancer with the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer Primer. So it kind of just dilutes it a little bit. It doesn't make it quite so strong. It still has a lot of pigment, but it's just a little bit more sheer. So I did those colors for the eyeshadow. I also used my trio of eyeliners. So I have my Urban Decay 24/7 Perversion Pencil, which was along the lash line and in the waterlines. As you guys know, I really love this pencil. I've used it in several videos. I also used my Haus Laboratories. This is the Micro Felt Tip Liner. And then I also used the Haus Laboratories bigger eyeliner. This one that's got the bigger piece. And I really love those eyeliners. They work so well. I curled my lashes, and then I also used the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star Mascara for my lashes. This look, she has a smaller set of lashes on. If I were going to be wearing this out for Halloween, I would probably use a bigger pair like this, matte velvet, just so that way you can see your lashes through the mask. Hers look more, they're sort of bigger than a demi-wispy, but they're definitely, like if you guys, I'll put the picture up here so you guys can see it a little bit closer, but you can definitely see they're going up and above her, like her orbital bone. So I picked these, which are, I believe these are a Kiss Lash. So I would use something like this if you're going to do like full on eyeliner. And then for the lips, I put a lot of foundation over the top of my lips just to kind of block them out. Because in the picture you can see she does have a very crisp Cupid's bow. And my lips are a lot bigger than hers, obviously, but I use the Danessa Myricks Color Fix in Bloom, and then my Kitco Cut Concealer, which is sort of like a, they call them like sword brushes or knife brushes, like they're for watercolor where they have a real sharp edge like that. So I basically just stamped it like this here and like this here, and then just cut it. So on my top lip, I actually underlined my lip line just a little bit. So, because her lips are very kind of, even though she looks like she's kind of going like this in the picture, but her lips are a lot thinner. I guess I could have, if you wanted to make your lips thinner to be like more exactly like hers, you could thin them out a little bit more on the bottom, but I wanted to still have my natural lip shape there. So I use this because it's going to stay all day. The MAC did sponsor the makeup for this film. So you could, it looks almost like MAC Ruby Roo. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if the Cruella collection is still available on the MAC website or not, but it's definitely kind of like a blue red. It's not really an orange red. So, and I chose Color Fix because they'll stay there all night and I don't need to worry about it. Alright, so let me show you how I made the mask real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll apply the mask and put the glitter on my nose. So let's get started on the mask part of the look. So I just watched Cruella last night. I absolutely loved it. I actually have like a little notebook stack of like lines and references, so we'll talk about that once we start going through this video series and all the makeups and whatnot. So this is Nadia, Miss Nadia. She's the one that did all the makeup for the film, which I was so happy that she got like a huge credit at the end. Usually as makeup artists, we don't get that kind of recognition, so I was really, really happy with that. So the way she did that is she used feathers, and this to me almost looks like a feather eyelash, possibly. I didn't have any in my eyelash bin, and yes, I do have a bin or multiple bins full of eyelashes for my clients. But so what I decided to do for this part is use a regular fuller eyelash and then glue feathers on it. I am not going to use Swarovski's because I don't have enough of the black in stock. So what I'm using instead is this Martha Stewart really big hexagon glitter. It's super chunky, and since these aren't these are black Swarovski crystals. They have reflection, but they're not super. So as you can see, even from the image, like these black, almost like sequinsy glitter, I would say they're more of like a sequins light reflection. So we're going to use that. But I did the first part of the feather first, so I'm going to show you guys that real quick. So for this, I used these feathers, which are from... I've had these forever. They sell them at Joann's. I'm not sure if they still carry these in stock, but that's the name of them. I think it's Zucker Feather Company, excuse me. There's their website, so you could always go on their website and check them out. And I cut this piece in half and folded it over. So I'll do a time-elapse of me making the next set, but I just want to kind of explain it to you while I'm here. And then I also added two little additions off the side. This is wig tape that I got on Amazon. I'll post the link down below. It's the Walker clear tape. It's a light hold. So when I actually apply this on my face, I don't think I'm going to actually use the wig tape because I've never used this brand before, and I'm doing a lot of makeups right now for this channel for Halloween. So I tend to have an allergic reaction to medical adhesives. So I have only 3M ones that I use. So I think for this part, I'm just going to use your regular Prozade, or I have a brand new eyelash glue, and I might try that as well too, just because that's the last thing I want is breaking out in a rash and not being able to film for a couple days. So if you've used wig tape before and you've never had reaction, or maybe you're like me and you don't have sensitive skin, then you can just peel this off. It's like a double stick tape, and stick it right on there. So since the feathers that I got, the bigger bag was from Michael's, they're, you know, if you were buying this to make something like feathery with, you'd probably be a little upset because these feathers are a little beat up looking compared to what I remember them being in the past. Here's the, I bought two different bags. I bought all black bag and then this mixed colored bag right here that I'm using to get the white out of. But like I've said in other videos right now, you know, with the pandemic, just do what you can. She actually used like a coarser feather. I could not find any of these in stock, so I would just say use what you can find. I also thought about like buying a feather mask and adapting it. I didn't see any of those when I was looking at like Walmart, because like my budget for this video was, you know, very, very minimal. So if you can get these coarser feathers, these are kind of like what you'd see, you know, they're stiffer. They're not big and fluffy like these little guys. So if you can get those, that'll definitely make it easier. So that way you can kind of cut into them with your scissors a little bit and, you know, do that kind of look. And then these are sort of like ostrichy type feathers, like ones you'd see in like a feather boa. When I originally saw this still, it was from farther away. I didn't go to Nadia's Instagram until I was starting to really pull references for this video series. So if you know, if you got like a 40% off coupon for Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, whatever, that's where you could go in and get the feather boas. You could also check Forever 21 sometimes has feather hair clips. So you could see if you could get one of those, or in Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, like in the baby section where people make the custom baby tees and hair bows, you might be able to find something that you can, you know, rip apart to create this look. So I'm using that. I also might, for the nose area, I just got these at the makeup show. This is a really fun little line, Meraki, and they have so many cool little like gems and stuff. So I might use this for the nose piece area. I'm not quite sure, but I just pulled it. And so here's this piece. So I'll show you on the mannequin where it's going to kind of sit. So it's going to kind of go on the eye area like so. I'm going to try to zoom up a little bit so you guys can see it. So it's going to go kind of, oops, sorry, I got to turn it around like this. And then when I go to do the makeup, then I can, if I need to add like any additional lash right there too, I can do that. I also didn't want to lose the eyebrows, my eyebrows, because having lupus, like your hair falls out very, very easily. So, but that's where that's going to go, is like right there. And then for the bottom piece, is the eyelash, which I rotated upside down. So this is just one that I had laying around. You want to make sure you have like a really thick band on it, so that way you can have some weight to it. Normally when I do my clients, I use the Invisiband, like the ones where you don't see the band, because it looks a lot more natural. And then if, you know, that way everyone doesn't have to have black eyeliner on their lash line. So that's something to keep in mind. If you can find feather lashes, get those. It is hard to find all that stuff right now. I haven't seen any feather lashes come out in all the Halloween sections and all those types of things. So here she is. I almost lost her. So this is going to be the bottom part of the eye. So this is this side of the eyelash. I flipped it upside down. And so this will sit on the eye like this. but this one actually goes on the left eye. Oopsies. And she will just be on there like so. So as you can see in the photo, there's actually, see if I can get both on camera. There's actually quite, let me try to lift this up a little bit. There's actually quite a bit of a gap. You can see there. So it's kind of, you know, it's below her lash line. There's not really any makeup there. It's just a little bit of black eyeliner in the waterline. So for this one, you could just use eyelash glue and just kind of place it on the cheek like so. And then the other piece would come up, you know, up around the eye, like I showed you before. And then to mimic the crystals, I just took my E6000, which is what I've been using to glue all the feathers on, and just put some on top and then sprinkled the sequincy glitter. So you can see it's pretty close to what that looks like. And then if you were going to use Swarovskis, I would definitely get the black. Oh, those are the little flowers. I love these little organizers. That's why I used to put all my crystals in. So if you were going to get black, see, I don't have enough. I just have a little bit. I would get these ones. And if you want to buy a lot of crystals at one time, like the Crystal Ninja Lady is really good. I'll put her link down below. I actually got tons of these because she was having like a mystery bag sale. So all of these colors came in the mystery bag, which was so awesome. I mean, it was a bit of a pain in the butt to sit here and like sort them all, but I guess we could call that a meditation exercise. But you can see like you get a lot of beautiful colors, and you know, for me, I don't need a ton because it's not like I'm blinging out a cup or anything. I just need a few, and you know, I'll have enough of these to use on my clients for Halloween and Dia de los Muertos and all those types of things. All right, so let's put that in a safe spot. So one thing I also want to show you guys too, so these you can get at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. I'll put if I can find them on Amazon, I'll put my Amazon link down below. Any of the links that are like shorter links are especially all my Amazon links, those are my Amazon affiliate links. So it doesn't cost you anything to use them. It just helps finance this channel. So I would appreciate if you would use those links when you're shopping on Amazon, just as like a way to say thank you and help me keep buying more products so I can show you guys more and more cooler things. But this comes in a huge set, and I'll throw up a picture here because I can't get it out. But this is what I keep all my prosthetics, specialty pieces, all those things in. They're little photo storage containers. I think there's, see, I got the rainbow one, so there's 14 slots, and they just are like 4x6. So this, unfortunately, well, I guess I could massage it in there very lightly. But you can just store all your pieces in there, or if you're going to go to a client, like let's say you have a bunch of clients for Halloween, I have my clients come to me just because I can do more people then, and they're people that, you know, are in my neighborhood for the most part, so it's not like they have to go far. But if I'm doing like a multiple person booking, then I'll go to them. But just for individual clients, I usually take them at my studio. And so you could put this in here, this, you know, put your wig tape, obviously take it out of the container, an extra lash. I also did use a little bit, I really love using nail polish to add like little embellishments to things. And you could just put this all in here, lock it up, stick it in the slot organizer, and you could, you know, use your label maker, which is a must-have for every makeup artist or mom or anyone who likes to be organized, and just, you know, put your client's name on there. So that way when you show up at their location, or, you know, let's say you got to get your 5 kids ready, you know, each kid gets their own little compartment for Halloween, and you show up, you lay them out. Your kids are happy because they feel special. You're happy because everything's organized, and your client feels special if you take this to a client because it looks like, wow, you really thought of me and took care of everything in advance. All right, so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and put it on time-elapse now so you guys can kind of see me just making it. If you have any questions, just post them down below. Alright, so now you guys know how to make your mask. I did want to show you something that I talked about in that little brief vignette, is that this is a hair clip. This is one of the ones I was talking about. I got it at Hobby Lobby last week. Hobby Lobby had like all the feathers, like shockingly, like every rack was full of all different kinds. So this is what I was talking about, where you could buy like a hair clip like this. This one was like $2.99, and you can just pluck the feathers off. There are other feathers too. I'm trying to see if I can find them. Like ones like these, you can buy there too, and you can use those to kind of make the wispy feathers as well too. So I just wanted to show you guys those because I referenced them in the video and or in the little vignette. So I'm going to take my feathers out. So I just want to show you guys what they look like finally completed. I'm going to grab a paper towel so they don't lay on any makeup that's on my paint palette board. So here is the left eye piece, or my right eye piece, your left eye on camera. And then here is the lash that goes underneath like so. So I'm going to lay these out face down on the side of the face they belong. That way you won't get confused, and I won't get confused. So here's the left. And then here is the left under eye. And I got this container at Hobby Lobby too, like I showed you guys before, like keeping your looks or your prosthetic pieces or your pieces for your costume in a case ready to go. Or if you're doing makeup for a client, having all their prosthetics, or like I have various glitters I'm going to use. You put all these in here. You can take a piece of painter's tape, or I love my little label maker, so I will print a label and put their name on it. It's just a great way to stay organized, as well as, it shows your client, or even if your client's your kids for Halloween, it keeps everything organized and it saves you from losing your mind. So, all right, so I think what we're going to do first is I'm going to do the glitter on the nose area first, so that way we don't have to worry about moving around our wonderful feathers. So I'm going to set these over to the side. So I was practicing before I started filming on what I was going to do glitter-wise. And so I decided, feathers everywhere, to use a couple different glitters because I wanted to give it kind of, since I'm not using Swarovski crystals like they did for the film, I pulled 3 different glitters from my assortment. So this is the one, the Onyx one, the Martha Stewart one that I referenced before. And then I also pulled from my glitter bin the Onyx and the Hematite. So these are craft glitters, so I'm going to put these like right on your eye area. Check to make sure they're not glass, or, usually cosmetic grade glitter is smooth and round so it doesn't like scratch your cornea. And then this one is more of like a sequence one. I'll put a link in the comments. I am going to use the bentonite glitter glue to adhere it because you can still, in the photo they used the eyelash glue because they were using Swarovski crystals, and but you still see the skin through it. So that's why I decided to go with the glitter glue. Other options you could use if you have Lemonhead LA. This is their mixing medium, and this is Gun Show Space Paste, so you could use something like that. Their glitter is awesome. It stays on. It does not come off. Let's see, what other things could you use? You could use eyelash glue to apply your glitter. I wanted to use glitter glue because glitter glue doesn't leave any kind of finish on the, it doesn't mat out the sequins, I guess you could say. You could use Swarovskis, you could use Kira stones. There's a lot of things that you could do to, or you could put a lot of different face laces together. So there's a lot of options. So just do what you can find and, you know, do your best. So the pattern of the nose, can you hand me the sheet, please? Thank you. My wonderful assistant here with me today. He's helping run the camera and everything like that. So on her nose, it kind of comes down to peak right here, and then it goes right here through the brow bone, and then kind of right here under the eye. So that's where we're gonna have it. I didn't mark it out with like a black pencil or anything, so I didn't want to have that line around it. So this is where you're gonna kind of have to, you know, sort of eyeball it and make sure it's okay. I would start out with the design smaller and then build it up so that way you don't have to worry about it as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the glitter glue and apply it straight down my face. This is my personal glitter glue. I don't use this one on my clients, so I'm going to use it right out of the jar. But if this is something you're going to be like sharing with clients or other people, just pour it on a little plastic plate. You know, the China clear crystal throwaway plates, that's what I use for my clients. And that way there's no double dipping. So let's paint this on. Oops, I got a little feather stuck to my face. And I'm just going to go right down the middle of the nose because we know for sure it needs to be there. And another reason why I chose the glitter glue is because it's easier to remove. And especially if we're going up into the eyebrow area, you don't have to use any kind of like Telesis or any kind of like that remover to get it off. So I'm just going to go to the tip of my nose and I'm just going to do that little section first. And I'm going to mix the two glitters together. So I'm going to start out with the finer glitter first. So I'm going to mix the onyx and the hematite. Just like sprinkle them out on your, I'll probably use a paper towel here so that way I can just pick it up and the, you know, the glitter doesn't, it sticks to the paper towel so it doesn't like fly as far. So we'll just do, and I'm just doing like one little sprinkle, like pretend it's like a salt shaker on your food. And then I will get one of my brushes to kind of help sort of mix it up and pick it up. So my brush has some, and I'm just going to kind of tap it on all the way down my nose. So the reason why I'm using the micro glitter along with the big glitter is because I want to have different light reflections on it. And we're just kind of marking out the design right now. It doesn't need to be like perfect lines or anything like that. And since you are using glitter, your lines aren't going to be as perfect as if you would doing rhinestones, but so we're just going to kind of bring that up there. And the nice thing with the glitter glue too is that you can layer it. Like once it dries, you can put another layer on top of it, which is what I will do. So I'm going to add a little bit more here, just so we have, and then a little bit more up here, because it actually goes on the image. It goes pretty much, it peaks right here and then it goes out. So we're going to do that. So we also don't want to get any glitter where we might be adhering our mask components too. Alright, so we got that part. So now we do need to go, it goes out from the nose a little bit. So basically just kind of hug this outer bulb part of your nose. And you know, you could think of this kind of like a contour thing if you wanted to, you know, if you don't like your nose and you want it to be a little bit smaller, then make it a little bit, you know, adjust it accordingly. Sculpt it to fit your face. Alright, I need a little bit more glitter on my little paper towel. So I'm using the Kleenex. I pretty much keep these on my makeup table now because they have zero lint and they I can use them on the skin, like they feel nice. And you could, you know, they could back up and be a wipe if necessary. But it's really keeping the glitter mess to one area, because that's the thing with glitter. It's once it can sort of get out of control real fast. All right, so we got that done. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start building kind of like this under eye area right here. So let me get my glitter glue again. And this goes about probably about a finger above the nose. Like I'm just looking on there. So kind of space it out on your own nose. And I'll just start painting right here. And then it just kind of goes straight up to this under eye area. So kind of just right here, it makes sort of like a V. And the glitter glue might make your eyes water a little bit, like it is for me right now. Because it's not quite a spirit gum, it's kind of like, I mean, there's a, because it does dry down nice, so there is a little bit of a odor to it. So if you have more sensitive eyes, just kind of suck in real hard with your nose, and that'll stop or slow down any tearing. All right, so we have that. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So same thing here, it's about an inch above. And kind of comes to right here. So my eye's watering a little bit, but that's okay. So this is just the base layer. Remember, we'll go in and we can add more glitter later. That's easy to do once we get everything glued on. So let's try to make sure this is even. This side needs a little bit more in here. So this is where you're really going to have to like look in the mirror and make sure everything is even with the other side as much as you possibly can. So you can use your makeup brush. Okay, that side's a little bit lower, so we need a little tiny bit more glitter glue. Right here. Marzi is snoring. So if you hear a snoring in the background, that's Marzipan. Alright, so we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to come back with the regular glitter. Alright, so I want to show you guys a little trick that I learned from Val Garland when I was in class with her. At her makeup school. So you can take a piece of tape. I just grabbed gloss tape because that's what I have. Normally my makeup kit, I either stock electrical tape or the 3M sensitive skin tape. So you can just lightly go like this and you'll just pick up any loose glitter that falls. You can also use a mascara wand gently and just kind of lift up any loose glitter that way. So I want to show you guys that quick trick. All right, so let's go in. We're just going to paint over the glitter. The glitter is complete. The first round of glue is completely dry. So now we can really go in and put down the big sequency glitter. And we'll start the same way we did last time, just going down the middle of the nose. I'm going to actually move this on a different part of my little Kleenex hand towel, I guess is what they're technically called. And I'm going to get, I'll use this, or actually I might just, let's see which, yeah, we'll use the brush. So we'll just grab up the thing and just kind of pack them on as so. And with the glitter glue, you'll be able to do a couple different layers and you're not going to lose the reflection at all. All right, we need a little bit more glue. You can also use your fingers too. I'll show you how to do that real quick. You can just go like that. Just lightly, you want to barely touch it because you don't want to get the actual glitter adhesive on your hands. So it's kind of where you have to sort of, so that is starting to look awesome. I just love this hexagon glitter. This glitter especially, it's gonna give you the same look as Swarovski's, but so much cheaper. Like the amount of Swarovski she has glued, like if you were to go to Michael's, you'd probably have to buy like at least 6 packs. So that would be over $100 worth of Swarovski crystals if you were gonna do that. I mean, with the Swarovskis, you could reuse them again. You just have to gently clean all the lashing adhesive off them, which, you know, people do. Oh, I just love that. I think that's just so cool. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments below. Would you guys use glitter or would you use rhinestones to do your look? Let me know. Also, I appreciate if you guys would share my channel with your friends and family, or even your enemies. Alright, so I just finished up gluing up all the glitter and it looks so cool. I'm in love with it. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. So the next thing we need to start doing is, well, first I'm going to pick up my glitter mess as much as I can. I mean, it's kind of all over the table. But, and then throw it in the trash. Get yourself a hand wipe. I always use wet ones because I just love them. My grandma Charlotte would always have them in her cars, and so I guess I kind of just fell in love with them ever since then. And, you know, try to get as much of the glitter off your hands as possible because you want your hands to be clean. So when you're touching your feathers, you don't get any kind of glue or anything like that on them. I'm going to set another little paper, the Kleenex cloth down. I'm going to grab my pieces again, adhesive, so I'm just going to use regular eyelash glue to glue them on. You could also glue them to a Tegaderm strip and then, you know, kind of cut it in a C shape. I would probably be doing that if I was going to like wear this all night for Halloween, but since I'm just wearing it temporarily to record the video, I'm going to use eyelash glue, and I'm going to try a brand new one, which I got at the makeup show. If you guys ever get a chance to go to the makeup show, definitely do it. The education there, I've been going for years. ever before my assistant was born. I've been going. Thank you, assistant. So this is the new one I bought. I bought this at the Camera Ready Cosmetics booth, and it's Magic Lash Adhesive, and I'm going to go ahead and open this. And it has a pretty large dropper. So I'm going to focus the adhesive right on top of where the wig tape is that I use to build the appliance on. Because that way it'll be, I can wear them again and I don't have to worry about damaging the actual feathers. So we'll just put that on there, like so. And I'm gonna let that dry, or not dry, excuse me, dry down a little bit so it's tacky. All right, I smeared the glue out a little bit more, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to stick this to my face right now. So we want to angle it up because you want your eyebrows are covered in this look, so that's what we want to do. So I want to kind of angle this as such, and then just hold it on there and wait for the glue. All right, so we have these pieces glued on, and I would definitely recommend using like a heavier glue, like a spirit adhesive or spirit gum, or you could use 3rd degree or anything like that, just because the eyelash glue, these are a little too heavy for eyelash glue. But we can use the eyelash glue for the bottom 2 pieces. So I have those with their little strip of glue on them, and I'm just waiting for the glue to dry down. And we'll go ahead and place those as well too. And then while that you're waiting, you can kind of go in here and just, you know, if you need a little bit more glue, you can just place that in there and then just hold it down. Another eyelash glue brand that I really love is the Callus glue, which is right here. This is what I actually use most of the time. All right, so I'm just gonna hold this and apply pressure to it to get it to stick, just because I already have the piece on. Normally you'd want to kind of let them, you know, start to get clear first before you adhere it. But since I already have one part that's kind of lifting up. Okay. All right, so these are drying down. They're almost clear, and we can stick those on. So you can kind of see it right here where it's a little bit clear here and it's white the rest of the way. That's where you want it to, you want to wait till it's more clear like that. Because when it's still really white, then it's going to take longer to dry and you're going to end up having to hold it like this, and then you have a bigger chance of it moving from where you placed it and all those types of things. So that's why, you know, even though it sometimes takes longer, you definitely want the adhesive to dry down a little bit more. And you could also use, if you wanted it to blend a little bit better, you could use the Callus black adhesive eyelash glue. But I will, if you do move it, you will have black left there. So that's kind of, I don't recommend that glue unless you know, you're really good at lashes, because it will leave a mark. Bobbi Brown, actually, when I'm taking classes with her, she pretty much always uses dark lash adhesive because she likes that no liner look, which the dark lash adhesive helps you with. Okay. And so see, we lost a little bit of our glitter right there, but we can go in and fix that, which we will do right now because those are still drying down a little bit. So we'll just put a tiny bit right there and just grab a few of these and just kind of stick them in there. This eyelash adhesive actually does stay white for quite some time, so, but I did place this and it's drying right here. And so for this, where you want to put it is, you don't want it because it's not, it's stiff. It's not like a special effects prosthetic where it's made to kind of move with your face. So you want to put it below, like see where here, you want to kind of put it right on top of your orbital bone. Will you get my skeleton real quick? I'll show you guys on the skeleton what I'm talking about. So right here is where you want to place it. Right here on the orbital bone. Which is, so that way it's not anywhere in your eye where if you move and close your eye where it's going to pull. So I'm just going to push this one right here, and you want to line it up right here like so. And they should make kind of like a complete piece, and just sort of press down on that. And the nice thing too with having this be two separate pieces is that if you move your face, it's not going to get yanked and pulled around all the way around your eye. So there's two sets. So there's the lower piece and the upper piece. So if you move your face around, or if you're talking, only the lower pieces will move versus the upper pieces getting pushed and pulled. So that's another reason why you want to kind of do it in two different pieces. And you can put it down there. There's a little bit of the white glue still drying there, but that's okay. If you have any white glue that's not kind of drying down, you can either go over with your glitter glue and put a piece of glitter on it, or you could use a black eyeliner pencil and sort of cover it up that way. You could try shadow too as well. It just depends on the glitter glue, but don't stress out if you have some of that. It is completely fine. So we're going to let this dry. I'm going to come back with the wig, which is right here. And I'll put on my robe I have from the Wynn from when I stayed there, and we'll do the final look review. So I will be right back. So my darlings, here is the completed Cruella look. So these nails are kiss nails. They're just like press-ons. I love press-ons because I don't like to wear really long nails when I'm doing my clients. But here's the completed look. I put a little studded earring on. You could wear a white robe like I am right now, because she does wear her white robe and then lights it on fire and shows up in a red dress with the Baroness. So you could take the look either way. I just had this lovely robe available, so I decided wear it for this look. And then I will also show you guys how to style the fabulous wig. If you were doing this yourself, I would maybe put the wig on first and then do the face, just so you're not having to finagle the wig around your wonderful face piece. But here it is. I will give you guys a look all the way around. And it's very comfortable to wear. As you can see, I'm talking in it, so this would be a great costume you could wear all night and be very comfortable. Gently take these off at night and, you know, be ready to go the next day. I mean, the makeup's fairly quick. What takes you the longest is making the mask, but you could do that ahead of time. So this is a super fun look for Halloween. I hope you guys love it. I would like to do a special shout out to Miss Nadia, the makeup artist in the film. Thank you for making such a fun makeup to recreate. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notifications bell so you can get reminded every time I launch a new video. Share this video with your friends. You can shop my links below for supplies. They do help support this channel, allow me to bring you content for free. They don't cost you anything. I just get a tiny bit of money when you make those purchases, and I reinvest that into my small business. Follow me on social at Brittany on all the platforms, and I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for supporting me and my small business, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.